Is the UK dying? Could the Great Britain we've known and admired not be so great anymore? These are questions that linger in the minds of many as we delve into the complexities of the modern United Kingdom. A nation known for its rich history, iconic landmarks, and global influence, the United Kingdom has long been a beacon of power and prosperity. But beneath this facade of strength and tradition, there's an unsettling narrative that's been slowly unfolding. The economy, once the lifeblood of the nation, now finds itself gasping for breath. The gap between the rich and poor, a chasm that's been widening for years, is now more apparent than ever. The pound, once a symbol of British economic might, is grappling with instability. These are just a few glimpses into the economic struggles that have been stirring beneath the surface. Yet, the story doesn't end there. Social inequality, a scourge that's been plaguing societies around the world, is also casting a long shadow over Britain. The divide between the haves and the have-nots seems to be growing, creating a society that's far from the egalitarian ideal many Britons hold dear. Then there's Brexit, the monumental decision that has not only reshaped Britain's relationship with Europe, but also left a deep impact on its social, political, and economic landscape. The full implications of this seismic shift are yet to be fully understood, but the ripples are already being felt across the nation. These are the threads that weave the tapestry of the United Kingdom today, a nation grappling with economic struggles, social inequality, and the aftermath of Brexit. It's a complex, multifaceted narrative that requires us to look beyond the surface and question the realities we've long taken for granted. Does the United Kingdom stand on the precipice of decline, or is there more to the story? This is the question we'll explore as we delve deeper into the unsettling truth about the Great Britain we've known and admired. So let's embark on this journey together, shall we? Let's delve into the economic undercurrents that are reshaping the landscape of the UK. The United Kingdom, once a beacon of economic prosperity, is now grappling with challenges that are causing an unsettling shift in the quality of life for its citizens. One of the most poignant economic issues is the escalating cost of living. From soaring rent prices to the growing costs of basic necessities like food and healthcare, the financial burden on the average Briton is becoming increasingly heavy, but the cost of living is only part of the story. Coupled with this is a worrying trend of stagnating wages. While the cost of everything around us seems to be on an uphill journey, wages, unfortunately, haven't received the same memo. They've been largely stagnant, creating a widening gap between income and expenditure. This disparity is causing more and more people to struggle to make ends meet, with some even slipping below the poverty line. The impact of these economic pressures on the quality of life is undeniable. As the cost of living continues to outpace wages, many are finding it difficult to afford a decent standard of living. This is not just about being able to afford the latest gadgets or luxury items. We're talking about basic needs here: food, shelter, healthcare. These are things that everyone should have access to, regardless of their income. But for many in the UK today, these basic needs are becoming increasingly out of reach. And what about those who are unable to work, such as the elderly or those with disabilities? They are particularly vulnerable in this economic climate, with pensions and benefits failing to keep pace with the rising cost of living. They are often left to make tough choices between essentials like food, heating, or medication. The economic struggle is real, but it's just one piece of the puzzle. Let's look at another facet: social inequality. Social inequality, a term often heard but seldom understood. What does it mean in the context of the UK? Let's peel back the layers to reveal the stark reality. In the heart of the UK, a growing chasm separates the wealthy from the poor. This isn't a gap that you can leap across with a quick sprint. It's a gaping void that continues to widen, fueled by an economic system that amplifies wealth for the rich, while leaving the less fortunate grappling at the edges. And the housing crisis? It's more than just bricks and mortar. It's a fundamental human need, a right that should be accessible to all. Yet in the UK, it's become a privilege that's out of reach for many. Imagine walking the streets of London, Manchester, or Birmingham, knowing that the city lights will never guide you home. For thousands, this is a chilling reality. But the impact of social inequality extends beyond the tangible. It seeps into the minds of those affected, casting long shadows on their mental health. Imagine the strain of living paycheck to paycheck, the constant worry of keeping a roof over your head. These are not just financial burdens, they are emotional weights that can lead to severe mental health issues. In the midst of this, we find ourselves asking, Where is the social mobility that once made the UK a land of opportunity? It seems to have slipped through our fingers, leaving behind a society divided by wealth. And yet, this is just one piece of the puzzle. Social inequality is a complex web, entangled with economic struggles, political decisions, and societal norms. It's a web we need to untangle if we hope to bridge the divide. The social divide is widening, but what about the political arena? How has Brexit played into this narrative? Brexit, a term synonymous with uncertainty. What has been its actual impact on the UK? The year 2016 witnessed a historic referendum that sent ripples across Europe. The United Kingdom, in a bold move, decided to part ways with the European Union. This decision, known as Brexit, brought with it a myriad of implications, each one leaving its indelible mark on the British landscape. First, let's talk about trade. A significant chunk of the UK's trade was with the EU. Brexit meant new trade deals, changes in tariffs, and a shift in the very dynamics of the UK's trade relationships. The impact was palpable. Prices of goods and services fluctuated, businesses grappled with the new regulations, and the economy took a hit. And then, there was the question of the Irish border, a topic that sparked many a debate and remains a contentious issue to this day. Next, we move to immigration. The free movement of people, a cornerstone of the EU, was no longer applicable to the UK. New immigration policies were rolled out, impacting thousands of lives. Some saw it as an opportunity to control immigration, while others viewed it as a blow to diversity and inclusivity. The overall sense of uncertainty cannot be ignored. Brexit was uncharted territory. Businesses, individuals, even the government all were navigating a path laden with unpredictability. It was a period of flux, of change. Some welcomed it while others resisted. And let's not forget the political turmoil. Brexit led to resignations, leadership contests, and a general state of political instability. It was and continues to be a period of transition, of adjustment to the new post-Brexit reality. Brexit has undeniably left its mark, but what does all this mean for the future of the UK? As we delve into the implications, the consequences, and the realities of Brexit, we are left with more questions than answers. The story of Brexit is still being written, and its final chapters remain a mystery. With these challenges, what lies ahead for the UK? As we've explored, the United Kingdom faces a myriad of trials and tribulations. The economic strain, social inequality, and the ongoing effects of Brexit all present significant hurdles. Yet it's essential to remember that this is not the end of the story. The future is not set in stone. It's a tale still being written, and the UK holds the pen. What we've seen is a nation at a tipping point, a nation grappling with changing global dynamics and its own internal disparities. The economic struggle is real, and it's impacting the everyday lives of its citizens. The gap between the rich and the poor is growing, and the middle class is feeling the squeeze. But it's not all doom and gloom. The UK has always shown resilience in the face of adversity. It's a nation that's weathered many storms and can do so again. The social inequality we've highlighted is undeniably a challenge. It's a divide that needs to be bridged for the country to move forward. But let's not forget the UK's rich history of social progress and reform. It's a nation that's led the way in many areas, from workers' rights to gender equality. The question now is whether it can harness that spirit to address the inequalities of today. Brexit too presents its own set of challenges. It's a decision that's changed the UK's place in the world and will continue to shape its future. But it's also an opportunity, a chance for the UK to define its own path, to form new alliances, and to carve out a new identity on the global stage. The United Kingdom, once a beacon of prosperity and power, now stands at a crossroads. But is it really dying, or is it simply undergoing a transformation? The answer, as always, lies in the eye of the beholder.